These are new things, new habits. Your brain wants to keep you where you're at. It's not gonna be easy. Find God and create a relationship with him. We can look the prettiest, look the baddest, but you'll be accepting bullshit because you have these limited beliefs within your core. You need to let your ego die. Your ego is driving you. Forgiving yourself, or goal setting, writing it down, making action steps, prioritizing times for rest. When I used to be on my we're gonna get into, like the title says, how to reinvent and rebrand yourself in 2025. And I have a lot of disclaimers before we start, okay? But if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I make weekly vlogs, lifestyle content. I have a second channel where I do podcast type videos on my healing process, healing journey, a lot more laid back. But this video, I'm basically gonna be telling y'all everything I did within this whole year of 2024 and what I plan to continue to keep doing. But I do want to preface this by saying I am over the idea of rebranding and reinventing literally within a month's time, or oh, it's a new year, I gotta get it done quick. I feel like this is going to be a lengthy process, and this is all the things I did within 1 year. This took me a year, and I'm not even close yet, but I have a lot more of the tools and a lot more of the mindset switches that I need to continue to evolve into the woman that I know that I can be. I'm also learning to give myself grace. There's going to be days, there's going to be weeks, there's going to be a month where I just fall off, but the whole point is to pick yourself up and get right back to it. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all within this video, to keep within y'all is grace, okay? Not, oh, you could be lazy for 6 months, we'll get up tomorrow, like we'll get up in 6 months. No, if you have a bad week, you have a bad day, you have a bad month, that's okay. You need to lock back in, but it's normal because these are new things, new habits. Your brain wants to keep you where you're at because it's comfortable there, and you're pushing past discomfort. So it's not gonna be easy. It hasn't been easy. And if you want to watch my vlogs, you will see, you know, me being very honest about multiple times of being like, oh, I had a bad week, or I'm in the middle of the week and I pull it back together, I get it back together. And I feel like that's something that's helped me have a healthier mindset about growing and evolving, is knowing that it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to be within a month. This was literally what I did within a year. So this is a video where I'm going to tell you guys what I did in 2024 after leaving my toxic relationship and wanting to find myself, reinvent myself, rebrand myself. And the things that I did and the things that I'm going to continue to do moving forward, okay? And this is what I want y'all to understand. It did not happen in a month. I'm nowhere close yet to where I want to be, but this is basically the beginnings of the foundation. If you're building a house, baby, we just building the foundation. We just getting the rods up. We just step by step, and this has changed my relationship with having a healthier relationship with changing and growing and healing and moving forward and letting go of old and welcoming in new and learning what I like and what I don't like. So let's just get all that out the way. And now we're going to get into the steps that I took to start my reinventing, rebranding process and continuing that into the new year. Over here, we strictly believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, okay? We believe in God, okay? So this is the first thing that I did, was find God and create a relationship with him, which is something that I'm still working on because I feel like I'm not as consistent as I would like to be. But this is something I had to do, especially leaving my toxic relationship. I had nobody to lean on. I tend to isolate and I tend to run away from everybody and go hide. And I'm not really close with people in general. So I found myself finding God, okay? Because if I didn't find God, I don't know. I really don't know where I would have been, what I would have done. Operating out of depression, sadness, pain, hurt after everything. So the first thing that I highly recommend is finding God, seeking God. And if there's anything in this video y'all want me to do deep dive, full detailed videos on, I can, and I plan to into 2025, because I can't fit everything within this video. I want to make it as digestible as possible. So a few ways that I went about finding God or getting closer to God are using the Bible app. Okay, they have daily scriptures and then little messages and prayers you can do. So guided scriptures, guided prayers, having a devotional book where you can do a devotional every single day, praying out loud, talking to God, just literally sitting in my room, laying on my bed. Hey God, what's going on? Hey God, thank you for this. Hey God, what should I do here? That type of thing. Listening to gospel music every single morning. I feel like that is the best way to start your days with gospel music, even throughout your day, but the morning, it just sets the tone for your day. But I feel like something I fell off with was kind of like the Bible app, and I feel like as I have a busy life and I'm trying to transform so many things, that is a really quick and easy way to go about it. So I want to get more in tune with that. But eventually I want to be able to do Bible study for an hour, actually have my Bible and go through it, but that's something I'm going to be working on within 2025. Next is healing. Okay, we can do everything we want to the outside of our bodies. We can look the prettiest, look the baddest, but you'll be accepting bullshit because you have these limited beliefs within your core. You have these daddy and mommy issues that you don't want to talk about, but you have a pretty face, and then you go to a man who treats you like shit because you feel like that's okay. And I'm sorry for the cursing, but that's the real to it. You can look beautiful, look pretty on the outside, but what's the point if your insides are ugly, broken, tore apart? And something where me finding God was helpful is that I went to God completely broken, and I feel like I'm healing, and it doesn't matter. He wants you to go to him broken. He wants you to go with the things, your sins, all of these things, so you're not going to be judged as well. That's something that also helped me. But actually going to therapy with a therapist as well was my next thing that I did in healing myself, because even 1 year in, I can't accept anything that I accepted before, and that's 1 year. Okay, imagine 5 years. I'm going to be unstoppable. Like, there's no bullshit in my life. There's no, you cross a boundary, you're done. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to get to, and that's where I'm getting to, but I only could do that by speaking on things and healing from things, and speaking on things I haven't talked about to anybody, things I've been struggling with. You need a space to get those things out because they will eat you alive. Also, when I say therapy, I don't mean like, oh, my day was good, I went to work. No, I mean my mom, my dad, I have daddy issues, I have mommy issues, I have low self-esteem, I have low self-worth. Why and how can we fix it? You need to go in there intentionally with the mindset that you want to heal from these things, cry from these things, become released from these things, and basically start to evolve into the person you actually want to be and heal your inner child. If you're not going with that intention, it's not going to go as you would have thought, and then you're going to feel like, oh, nothing's even changing. You have to open up. You have to speak. You have to say things that you never said to nobody else, because this person is supposed to be a person who doesn't judge you, and similar to God, you know, not God, but similar to, and help you through the process, navigating and understanding your thoughts and honestly validating you. A lot of the times you just need validation of, this was wrong that you went through and it was unfair, but here's how we can overcome, type of thing. Also, side note, what I want to say about therapy is a lot of people don't know if you have insurance, it may cover it. So I will highly say to either give the therapist your information and see if it's covered, or call your actual insurance company to see if they cover therapy speaking sessions. I know they won't do like EDMR or like those type of therapy sometimes, but talking therapy, I get a free session, a free covered insurance session once a week. The other thing is, I've been through about 3 to 4 therapists throughout my therapy journey. So don't give up if the first therapist is not a good therapist or isn't helping you. Please just keep going, okay? That can be discouraging, but it's like you have to test out people. That's like meeting a guy you're dating, type of thing. The first guy you talk to might not be the best guy or the guy for you, so you keep dating, you keep trying to people. So I would say if the first few sessions you don't feel something, don't dive into a lot of things yet. If that doesn't feel like your therapist, just go find a new therapist. They will be okay. They respect the honesty, honestly. I also started getting into journaling. You can do prompts. You could just write something that you feel by the end of your night. You can write every morning. This is something I'm trying to do, is write 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I heard to start writing at the end of your day 3 wins you had, no matter how big or small they were. And it could literally be as simple as like, I went to work today even though I didn't want to help to see yourself in a light of accomplishing things and just giving yourself credit. And also being in my single season after a toxic relationship, at that is learning to love myself, and through therapy and through healing, I'm discovering that death to your ego, you need to let your ego die. Your ego is driving you. So prime example, if y'all heard Things by Share 7, etc., something that she says is, you're crying about a man who would have took you to a dump. I'm gonna put the sound.
If something rejected you, it threw you in the trash can and took you out to the curb and let the garbage man pick you up and take you to the landfill and dump you with the trash and the hidden dead bodies and the diapers with poop in them. That's where he left you. Okay? And you gonna crawl out the landfill, walk back to the same place where, you know, get in the garbage truck, ride back by his house, put yourself back in the garbage can, wait for him to roll the garbage can in the house, and you gonna pop up out of there. Surprise!
She was like, you're crying about a man who took you to the dump, and then you're running back because you want to go back to him. That is honestly your ego, because your ego is like, oh, we lost something, but your ego is not recognizing that you lost a piece of trash. You're okay. Okay? You'll be fine. And this is coming from a girl who used to be crying in this exact room right here, right with this stitch, over a relationship that was not worth the tear. Okay? It may have been worth a little tear, 1 or 2, but it was not worth me spending my rest of my 5 years straight crying about a man who has moved on to about 100 different girls. Okay? That's to the ego. That's what I'm gonna say. Researching, understanding, forgiving yourself and others, because I feel like when you understand other people, it's kind of hard to hate people or direct your energy to people who you know are mentally messed up as well. That's the point where I'm at. I look at my parents as broken kids. I look at my ex as a broken kid. I look at people who do stupid things, who do things that I don't think make sense. Maybe they're not the, you know, they don't got all the tools in their belt. Maybe they're miserable. Who knows? It's not about me. And stopping to internalize everything people do. Okay? If a man leaves you, it's because he hates himself. He doesn't like himself. You didn't get left because you're a piece of shit of a woman or a piece of shit of a man. If you got left by a woman, you got left because that's how they feel is the best way to go about it. Why would you want to be with somebody who feels like running away is a solution? You see, when you start to regain emotional intelligence, you start to love yourself, heal, you stop internalizing what someone else does as your self-worth. Cut it, okay? Kind of piggying back off of that is letting go of anything that doesn't serve you and anything that doesn't benefit you. Why are we holding on to a man that doesn't treat us right? Because we don't want to be alone. Why don't we want to be alone? Because we don't want to deal with our thoughts. Why don't we want to deal with our thoughts? Because they're dark and they're scary. But if we do that, you can get over the hurdle once and not have to deal with the same emotions you're feeling on it every day by avoiding it. Okay? You gotta go into it full force. Like, you gotta just run through it and it'll be done before you know it. But if you keep avoiding it, you're piling more and more and more stuff on it.
You take a drink with your friends and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go home you by yourself, you're like, So then that night you're laying in your bed and you just keep, and you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane and you can't figure out why you would do that. You get there and nobody's stopping. Everybody's still going. So you get onto the airplane and the light goes green and you're standing and your toes are on the edge and you're looking down and you fall out of the airplane and in 1 second you realize it's the most blissful experience of your life. Why were you scared in your bed the night before? Everything up to the stepping out, there's actually no reason to be scared. On the other side of your maximum fear are all of the best things in life.
Being in a toxic relationship, you're now developing more and more and more toxicity and trauma because you don't want to deal with the trauma in the beginning. Or you don't even know the trauma is that bad, which is why you're here in this toxic, traumatic relationship. Healing, your therapist be like, well, why this? Why that? I'm like, actually, when you put it like that, I'm a little confused too. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Then you go journal. Then you're like, dang, the journaling gets you. The journaling really gets you. I cry a lot while journaling. Then I go to therapy. I'm like, I learned this. Then I watch a podcast, an interview. That was my next thing. Watching more motivational things, inspirational things, and being careful of what I watch and intake. Not following people that trigger me. Not following people I don't like. Not following people who have no purpose for me. That goes for music as well. Not listening to degrading music, not listening to music talking about giving up on life, etc. Changing everything that you intake, okay? I literally listen to a podcast a day, an interview a day. I have a playlist on my channel where I put every single sermon, podcast, interview, motivational video that I listen to. So y'all have somewhere where you can just press shuffle, listen to a video, take what you need, and go ahead. You don't have to take every single thing from something you listen to. Just take what you need and apply it to your life and go ahead. That's all I just say. Because I feel like some people get so obsessed with, oh, they said this, but I don't like this. They said that. Okay, what did they say that you liked? And you can move on. You don't have to, like, worship them. Okay, you don't need to worship or idolize a person. You can just take what you need and go. Okay, life, you got a lot of life to do. Okay, you worried about the wrong stuff. Next topic is around having routines. And as a girly with ADHD, this has quite literally saved my life. Morning routine, night routine, skin routine, shower routine, body routine, vitamins, etc. Organizing your life and figuring out what works for you and not what works for the internet, not what works for this billionaire, this girl who has a 9-to-5. When you wake up, what do you need to do in the morning? This is where you sit down, you journal. What do I need? What do I want? What does my future self look like? These are the things I need for my morning routine. This is the time I need to wake up. I don't think the time you wake up matters. It's about what the hell? Do you have to go to work? So if you go to work at 9, let's say you go to work at 2 p.m., why are you waking up at 5 a.m.? Because the world says to wake up at 5. Get it together. Stop stressing me out. I genuinely do wake up at 5 a.m. Why? Because I go to work at 6, 7 a.m. So that gives me an hour to 2 hours to get ready. Okay? You have to do what you need to do. We need to stop looking at the internet and taking everything for law. It's basically, like I just said, take what you need, apply it to your life. Not what Susie does as a millionaire with a TikTok as her main source of income. You work at Walmart, okay? You don't have the same lifestyle, okay? It's not gonna work. But you can take things from the person that you're inspired by and apply it to your life, even if you work at Walmart. It's just about transforming what you heard, what you learned, what you received into what works for you in your life, but also can help push you towards the life you want. Another thing is having things on your routines that are attainable. Something that has been in my life vision boards for every single time is to go to the gym. I'm not gonna go to the damn gym. Why do I keep putting gym on my thing? Because it seems like the cute and the best option to put. What I can do is do a little Joe workout, the 15-minute workout at home, okay? Start picking attainable things, and if things have been on your vision boards for the past 30 years, dramatically, like, stop putting the same thing that you're not going to do. You want to exercise? What is a better way? Do you want to take a walk? Do you want to go to your home gym? Do you just want to buy a treadmill? You have to stop trying to do what you see everybody else doing and just do what you got to do, because you'll start feeling happier. You'll start feeling happier when you're actually doing stuff you want to do and you're achieving it. You're going to beat yourself up if it's the 31st year of you having gym on your vision board and you still haven't done it. But if you put, oh, I'm going to go for a 15-minute walk, now you're changing your mindset and you're starting to look at yourself as someone who follows what they say. You're someone who listens to yourself, does what yourself needs, you love yourself. Slowly add things to your routines. I would say stick with one routine at a time and start with the morning one. Solidify the morning one. Be able to do that consistently without a problem. If you want to add more things after you do it for like 30 days, that's okay. Stop trying to go into it doing 100 things. Have different things for different days. Like with a skincare routine, you're not going to exfoliate, dermaplane, wax your face, do all of this in one day. Have everything like separated out between the days of the week. You have 7 days in a week, you have 30 days in a month. Like, everything doesn't have to be all within one day. Especially for like a morning routine. If you don't have time for a 2-hour morning routine, you need to do the stuff within that is enough for 15-30 minutes if that's all you have. But hey, Susie on YouTube said her morning routine is 2 hours, so my morning routine, no. Stop trying to be like everybody else. You can take inspiration, take things. You don't need to live someone's whole other life to be successful. She has to do all that. Maybe you just need to wake up, do your skincare, brush your teeth, pray, and leave. It's okay. That's what you need to do. That's what makes you happy. That's what makes you work. And once you get to that mindset, you stop stressing about, oh, this person does this person does that. When you get to the point of not caring, it's a whole different world. And lastly is to declutter your space and declutter your home and declutter your phone. The phone, especially if you're a content creator or you do things on your phone or on your laptop or you go to school, having folders, having your notes, having your apps organized, deleting pictures you don't need, organizing your space, not hoarding, not buying 20 things of the same things. I want to make a video on ADHD tips that I've developed, because you don't need 50 toothpaste in your closet, like in your bathroom, because this person said this was good. Declutter your space and your phone, because that's a reflection of your mind. You ain't gonna be sane if your house ain't sane. If your place dirty, you're gonna feel dirty. Your mind gonna feel dirty. Like, you gotta clean out your space, have it organized. If you want to go to the aesthetics length, labels, etc., like your girl, do that. If you don't have to do it, okay? You don't have to do what everybody else does. Okay, so next is setting goals, which is something where I don't know why I've been so against it for so long, but I'm still working on doing it. So it's definitely something I want to deep dive into 2025, is more goal setting, writing it down, making action steps. And I've heard a lot about the 12-week year, so I want to get into that. But what I've understood it to be is one big goal, mini goals, and then the steps you need to reach those goals, all within 3 months, so that you're getting a lot done within a year, versus starting at day 1 to day 365, trying to do 100 different things and you have no plan. And also using a whiteboard as a way to track your goals, or do like a habit tracker, goal tracker. They have apps. You can use an agenda, stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to get into with the goal setting, but definitely having things to work towards, specific things, specific numbers, specific subscriber counts. The goal setting, not speaking on everything you want to do and just showing people, keeping your head down and just working and grinding. Sometimes you need to cut out all the distractions and just get what you need to get done. Prime example is Christmas today, and I'm recording this. Like, sometimes you just gotta be in a grind season that some people might not understand, but you have goals that people don't want. You have goals you want, so you have to do what you gotta do to achieve them. And like I said, not speaking on everything, especially when you in the planning stage, because one, there's monitoring spirits, there's people who don't want you to do well, there's a devil who listens, there's enemies who watch you. Pop out and show ninjas, okay? Is that what Kendrick Lamar said? You gotta pop out and show niggas. That's what I need you to do. Just pop out. When it's done, it's done. You could tell the story later, kind of like my testimony videos. I talk about it later. I achieve it, I get it done, I lock in with God, and then, hey, it worked out. Not, oh guys, I'm struggling with this, I need help with this, because people will be like, ha, she's down. Or people are gonna pray, I hope she doesn't get this, I hope she doesn't get that. Don't even give them a chance. They still gonna do it, but don't even give them a chance to have something specific on you. Planning weekly. I don't know if it's because I'm an ADHD girly, so I like seeing things visually, but I have this huge planner. I actually have to get a new one. I should have one by the time this is posted. I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx, give me a cute one, hopefully, fingers crossed. I plan my weeks every single Sunday. I already have one video up, but I plan to make more like detailed how to plan. I plan out a week at a time. I'm planning out my meal preps. I'm planning out my goals for the week, my content for the week. I'm planning out my tasks for the week. I'm planning out my budget for the week. Planning your life will change your life. You go into a week prepared, prepped. I usually also do planning on Sunday, so I listen to a sermon. My week is set up, okay? I feel like this is good so that you know what's going on and you're not lost in your own movie, okay? You are right on track. You planned the movie, you directed the movie, and now you're gonna live it. You know what I'm saying? If you go every week and you don't know what the hell's going on, you're gonna be confused. How are you gonna achieve goals if you don't know what you're gonna eat tonight? And I do plan to do like grocery shopping vlogs, meal prepping, so let me know all of what y'all want to see. This creates just a healthier relationship with money and food and just your life. Knowing what you're doing, knowing how much money you're spending, everything is like planned out. You meal prep your dinners. You know what you're gonna cook. Now you're not going to the store, you're not going to McDonald's, you're not going to Wendy's, you're not buying junk food. You're planning it out, you're budgeting, you know how much you can spend, your relationship with money is getting better, your relationship with food is getting better, your relationship with yourself is getting better, you're eating better, you're spending less money on bullshit, you know where your money's going. It all works out and plays together. As someone who did not believe it, I'm telling you it does. It's been a year. And then also doing like end of the month reflections where I look back on my old goals, I see what worked, I see what I achieved, and I add to the next month or take from the last month, just so that we are staying on the same page. Okay, me, myself, and God. We just locked in. We just know what's going on. We have our goals, we have our plans, and We know what works, we know what doesn't. We're being efficient, we're being effective, because it's 25 is crazy. I'm about to be 25. I gotta get it together. I've been getting it together, but now it's like foot on the gas. Like we gonna go a little faster. Self-care. So now that we've gotten into the internal work, I do feel like obviously your outer appearance is important, and this is something I definitely need to work on, and actually I plan to for real. Especially with coming up with a signature look. I feel like that's really important. Me going into 25, I want to have a good no makeup look, and this is something similar. I just have foundation, blush, lashes, eyebrows. I feel like this is a good everyday. It could possibly take me like 15 minutes. Getting into finding a good signature look as you're getting older, and then something that you always know is like I said before, you wake up, you know your routine. Like you do your face, you do your skincare first. Getting into skincare for sure first before makeup. And as someone who used to have bad acne, I take my skincare very seriously. So we're not just putting makeup on over something that needs help. And then we're also not using makeup because we feel ugly. We're working on our self-esteem and self-worth in therapy. We're putting on makeup to enhance and just to look more put together. Having a beauty maintenance routine, even if that's doing it at home, I have plenty of videos, plenty of tutorials on doing it the affordable way, or if you're going out and getting services done and just staying up with those. And the more that you get your life together, the more financially stable you'll get, and maybe you get to a point where that's your norm. But I know a lot of us are in the DIY phase, and that's where I'm currently at. So I'm trying to make sure to keep posting more content on that. But I have a lot up, especially my clusters, and that's something I really want to get back into, is doing my clusters, because I be looking cute. These are lashes. I don't think I want lashes. I think I want clusters. I think they look a little better. Taking the time to try new hobbies, from what do you call it, candle making, pottery. It could be coloring books, watching movies, doing puzzles, doing Legos. Something where you're not looking at the phone, okay? That's something I'm really trying to develop within myself, because I also do content, so it's like double whammy. Prioritizing times for rest. I call it a rot day. Like having a day, or times, multiple days hopefully, but in this reality sometimes we could only have maybe one day out of the week where you relax. You are prioritizing your sleep, you are rotting, you are giving yourself a chance to breathe, to watch TV, to do something you want to do. I feel like this is something I struggle with, and mainly Black women in general, thinking if you're resting it's a problem. You're supposed to work yourself to overexertion, to like, this is something I'm trying to unlearn, because it's been, it's been built into us to believe that we have to work until we're almost at the hospital. So prioritizing more rest and more sleep, and knowing it's actually a priority and not a luxury. Like, when you say it out loud, it sounds crazy, but the fact that so many of us relate to that is the sad part. Having boundaries, and this goes into self-care to me, because this is how you care for yourself. Setting boundaries. If someone crosses it, even if you give them one chance, even though most people are getting to the point where they're fed up and they don't want no chances, not giving people multiple chances, telling people your boundaries, speaking up for yourself, and not letting shit fly, okay? I feel like that makes you into a bad bee, okay? Now that's what I'm really working towards, is, oh, I want to be nice, being nice is not gonna get you nowhere. As a former, recovering, reinventing people pleaser my entire life, I have felt all the feelings that come with people pleasing. I don't want to do something, but I do it, and then the person even has an attitude. Ooh. The resentment you build off of stuff like that is just not worth it. The hate you have towards yourself because you did something you didn't want to do, and then someone doesn't even appreciate it. Get the fuck out of here. Cut it out. Just cut it out. I admire the people with boundaries who've had it their whole life. Like, I am quite literally learning at the age of 24 how to do it, but it does feel good to do things you want to do and not care, to a certain extent, not in a rude way, but in a way of like, I set this boundary for my safety, for my well-being. This is why I have it. If you cross it, you clearly don't care. And I would say pouring into yourself by learning a new skill, kind of like going back to school, going into your career choice, learning financial literacy, learning credit, learning real estate. That's what I mean by learning a skill that can benefit you and kind of like the generations to come. Real estate, trading, finances, something Black women need more of, to be honest. I'm just currently going to go down the route of more like financial literacy and credit. That's like my wave of learning a new skill. Lastly is to follow your dreams, lock in with whatever you want to do, okay? I don't be wanting to say it because it sounds so morbid, I feel like. I hope that's the right word. But you literally only have one life to live. Like, at the end of this, we're not going to be here in this exact life again. Why not just do the things you want to do? Do it scared, do it afraid, do it not knowing, do it terrified. But follow your dreams. Like, this is the year where you need to say, this is what I want to be. Say you want to be an astronaut. I want to be an astronaut. Maybe you're not going to be an astronaut this year, but you're taking the steps to get to that point. I just think of it like, I don't want to reach 80 and be like, oh, I wanted to do a YouTube channel and I never did it. Please just follow your dreams, lock in with your goals, and have the intentions of wanting to become the best person you can become, but also live your life while doing so. Genuinely, no matter how hard it gets, pray as hard as it gets. Literally, if it gets hard, pray harder. Keep literally, like, you have to keep pushing through. Life is not going to be easy. It's going to literally hand you bullshit. It's going to try to throw weapons at you. Lock in, okay? Lock in for real. And the last little tip, which some people are going to feel like is like weird, ChatGPT has literally changed my life. And a little hack that I do is I hold the little voice recording button and I'll just go on a rampage. Whatever I'm thinking, if it's about content, and it will literally create a whole plan for you. If you don't know that app, please download this app and try it out. You can either write it in text or you can hold the little microphone and talk, and it will change your word to text. Life changing. I feel if you can ask it your morning routine, you can ask it a content plan to create a schedule for me. I feel like that will tie everything that we talked about together. Okay, so that is everything I have, which is all the things that I've done in 2024 to hopefully motivate, inspire y'all for 2025. Like I said in the beginning, this is a journey. This is not overnight. Was only a year of my life, and I still have so many more things I want to add, so many more things I want to get consistent and for real this time, and not just, oh, I do it this week and not next week. I'm trying to really work on discipline and sticking with what I say. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos, my weekly vlogs, and my second channel where we just talk healing majority over there. I hope and pray that 2025 brings you all the blessings, abundance, and purposes out from God that He has for you. And this is a whole new year, 2025. I am about to be 25. We locking in.